talk about the Pistons real quick. So I think a lot of people don't realize that we are 2 games back in the loss column of the Indiana Pacers. We're also a game behind the Milwaukee Bucks for the 5th seed and the Pacers for the 4th seed. So we're done playing the Pacers this year. I would just believe, just off remembering the games, they hold the tiebreaker. But you know, the thing about it is we got 2 more games at the end of the season to play the Milwaukee Bucks, okay, for that 5th seed. So, you know, we play the Knicks too. You know, I think we're about 7 games behind the Knicks. So with their injuries and how they play minutes, you just really never know. Some of these teams can fall. Then you got to understand some teams tanking for Cooper Flag. So you really just don't know. Last night, I think the Bucks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers, and you know, old buddy, you know, Giannis blatantly carried. And I watch NBA games, especially when I go. I see so many palming and carrying the ball. That's when I kind of get into these debates with people who talk about this generation is more skilled, and they're not. They can't even dribble the ball the correct way. All they do is carry, travel, palm, travel, carry. That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? But, I ain't trying to make it about that. But, yeah, I think Pistons right there. Pistons right there. And I think a lot of people wonder, what if Detroit, what if they didn't lose Jaden Ivey? And, some people, like Carcino said, they got better. They got better because of Jalen Duren. And somebody tried to question me. Well, K, come on, bro. Go. Just go. Just go. These folks be in a rush to go absolutely nowhere, bro. I swear to God. They be rushing to go nowhere. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But people get on my nerves. Like, when you live in the suburbs, they're entitled. But they're entitled drivers. That's what the worst thing about it. Everybody's in a rush to go nowhere, literally. They be rushing to get to the mall, rushing to get to a red light, rushing to get to Chick-fil-A. Like, eat a dick. Sorry for my rant. But nonetheless, where do we continue at? But yeah, the Pistons are very, very close to being the 5th seed or the 4th seed. So, they're pushing it. Some of these games you see with the Knicks, the Bucks, 2 games with the Bucks down the stretch with the Knicks, you may see on national television. And the importance about that being on national television, to push for K to get all NBA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what I was saying. I was getting into it with somebody talking about Jalen Duren, and we got Cade. No, Cade was playing well all year. They didn't really start to turn that corner to Jalen Duren start doing what he's doing. And I said it before the season. And I know most of y'all don't know shit about basketball. I'm not arguing with you. You can believe what you want to believe. And okay, I ain't mad at you. Believe what you want to believe. But I am telling you. So yeah. But I forgot what I was saying. I had to stop and get coffee. But most people don't know shit about basketball. And I was saying that Jalen Duren, not saying he's better than Cade, but he's more impactful. Just what he do is more important. You can make a case where she was, more skilled than Ben, or Chauncey was more, skilled than Ben, or Michael Jordan was better than Scottie. But for the most part, for impact, Scottie might have been more important. Just everything, the little things he doing, the things that Duren do, is just important. Rim protecting, rebounding, his athletic ability to switch. Even when he switched on Hero the other night, he went for the pump fake, but Hero couldn't shake him. So it's not saying he's the better player, but he's just more important. He's more impactful. And I say they gonna go as he go. That's no slight at Cade. Cade's the best player. He's the superstar of the team. But really, Jalen Duren is as he go, they go. That's the only best way I can articulate it right now, 6, 7 in the morning. But But, you know, they close. They close to closing that gap, believe it or not. Like, you know, obviously I heard they're locked for the play-in right now. But in reality, they can move up that seeding to 5th, to 4th. Anything can happen. Ain't that many games left, but it's quite a few. As I'm doing this video, they play Dallas tonight. They play the Pelicans again. The Pelicans coming here. So yeah, they're in a position to really push. You know, and you kind of hear some things going out west around the NBA where Denver is trying to avoid the 7th seed and they arresting people on purpose. Like, literally, what happened to the honor code? What happened to teams having honor? What happened to, I don't care who we play, we running through them. Like, these dudes tanking and resting and finessing for matchups now. You just look at the NBA, man. It's just so beta. It's so beta, bro. Like, if I'm the number 2 or 1 seed, I don't really care. Like, we running through everybody. That's our mindset. You know, we running through everybody. You the 7th seed for a reason. Oh, I'm on home court because I'm trying to avoid OKC into the finals and, you know, to the conference finals. And, like the pussification of sports, man. Golly. What happened to, I don't care who in my way, we crushing. What happened to that mentality? They don't think we had that mentality no more, man. And I heard what Brother Magic said. I didn't hear it, but I read it. Somebody told me. Yeah, absolutely right, bro. They don't love the game no more. Y'all, what is y'all, Gen Zers? Y'all don't want to work. Y'all want everything handed to y'all. The most entitled generation since the baby boomers. I wouldn't say y'all more entitled than them motherfuckers. They effed us real good. But that's a history lesson for another day. I ain't gonna lie. This latte from Starbucks is way better than the one from Dunkin' Donuts. I can wholeheartedly agree on that. I like Dunkin' Donuts too, but this latte is better. After they whooped my ass at work yesterday, I need it. But yeah, man, continuing on. Yeah, they close. They can really push. And like I said, K was doing this thing all year. Ivy was starting to kind of get in there and do his thing and, you know, get some hero support. And then Duran, I told y'all, 1-2 is Cade and Duran. You know, whoever they bring in, they gonna go as Cade and Duran go. And really as Duran go because of the things, the little things that, like I made the Pippen comparison. It was the, like, you kind of know what kind of really people would say like Tracy McGrady was better than Pippen because he scored the basketball, right? But they might not have won. I'm just talking about hypothetical. Because, you know, they was trying to trade Pippen for Tracy McGrady or something like that with Toronto. But something like that. But the hypothetical, just hypothetically speaking, Scottie did a lot of small things. His ability to facilitate, defend, I think he's the greatest perimeter defender of all time. I don't think it's close. Rebound, you know, attack the basket. He shot it well enough. Like he's very important. Okay, you got a superstar, but without him, you know, he don't like, he like the egg and the crackers and the meatloaf. You know, without the egg and the crackers, the meatloaf don't stay together. It's just gonna fall apart. Damn, somebody just broke down in the middle of the road. It's a bad place to break down. You know. But yeah, like, you know, that's what I'm kind of saying about Duran, Ben Wallace, guys like Scottie, Dennis Rodman. Yeah, they may not, you know, score the points, but they just do a lot of things that you can't really quantify with the statistics. That's what I'm saying. I see this lady running every day. At least she got some reflectors on her shoes today. I ain't mad at it. Stay alive. So yeah, I think that's the important thing about it. But it's a good stretch of basketball. You know, Milwaukee's always killed us with their length. I think their length is what kill us. But Milwaukee's on their way down. Giannis 2 steps away from being out of there. Damian probably gonna do the Gary Payton and chase the championship. You know, people saying they shouldn't have got rid of Drew Holiday. I don't think it would have mattered. Drew Holiday, Billy Holiday, holiday season. It didn't matter. That team just old. Brook Lopez old. Bobby Portis got popped for Pez. I love Bobby Portis though, but come on, can't be juicing, nigga. You know, mistake. It's always a mistake. They an old team. No, Indiana, like you talking about the Eastern Conference, Indiana on the rise. Detroit on the rise. Cleveland is there. Orlando on the rise. You know, we thought Charlotte would be there with a lot of us. The Knicks there, Boston. You know, the unique thing about Boston is only thing that can stop Boston is injury, and they just sold. They got sold for a record of $6.1 billion. Only thing that can stop Boston is egos and injuries. That's it. I like Jason Tatum and Jalen. I like everybody on their team. I can't even hate. I hate the Celtics, but I love their team. I hope egos don't get in the way of them, bro. Who team is it? Man, fuck that. Win championships. Ask everybody who left. Shaq, Penny, and left. Man, fuck that. Get the championships. Two humble brothers, man, get the champ. But Boston is in a unique position. They're young, experienced, and really, they ain't got nowhere to go but up. They're in a very unique situation. So, only thing that's really going to beat Boston down is just long, strenuous playoff runs. That's it. Everybody chasing, or egos, everybody chasing Boston in the league. I think they're the favorites to win it this year. Everybody chasing Boston. And I ain't mad at it. So, yeah, it's interesting. Out west, it's a little bit of a transition going on. You know, Houston, OKC. You'd think that New Orleans would have been there with them, the Pelicans, but they ain't. You know, really, Denver's kind of, they kind of, you know, still on the up and up, but you expect them to fall off. The Lakers, I'm not worried about them. The Clippers, not worried about them. These windows are closing. Timberwolves messed up their chemistry up by trading for Rudy Gobert. That left them all up. So, but so it's the playoffs are gonna be very fun. I will say, the playoffs are gonna be fun, big fun. It's gonna be big fun. So, look forward to it. But yeah, the Pistons right there, they can move. They ain't locked into the 6 seed. They ain't locked in the play-in or nothing like that. They can get in the play. They can fall into the play-in, or they can rise or stay the same. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Peace.